Berezick Bill Belichick may need the help of Mother Nature because the New England Patriots want to slow down Buffalo than Buffalo by. When Tom Brady left the New England Patriots in 2020, the narrative could not have been clearer. At last, we'll discover whether the source of their greatness was the ice-cold quarterback or their cantankerous head coach, Bill Belichick. What has transpired since does not provide an obvious answer. Yes, Brady left and immediately won a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but his array of weapons there was far superior to those he left behind. Meanwhile, Belichick has pulled off the scarcely believable feat of a significant rebuild in less than 2 years, taking the Patriots back into the playoffs with a rookie quarterback. When it comes to playing against their AFC East rivals from Buffalo, however, the contrast is stark. As a Patriot, Brady went 32-3 against the Bills. They lost 16-0 when he was suspended for his role in Deflategate in 2016, and Belichick's side have been beaten in 3 of 4 clashes since the veteran quarterback moved south. The only success came with the assistance of gale force winds that practically negated Buffalo's most glaring advantage, Josh Allen. Allen's emergence as an elite NFL quarterback, coinciding nicely as it did with Brady's New England exit, signaled a shift in the power balance of the AFC East. The hegemony once enjoyed by the Patriots, 16 division titles in 17 years, came to a sudden halt in 2020 as the Bills seized control. For the first time since 1999, Buffalo beat New England in both regular season meetings, including a 38-9 thrashing, the Patriots' worst home loss of the Belichick era, which covers more than 2 decades, as Allen and Stefon Diggs, their star wide receiver, hooked up for 3 touchdowns on a chastening night at Gillette Stadium. They won in Foxborough again this season, albeit in less brutal fashion, with a 33-21 victory in Week 16. Allen was the star once more, passing for 314 yards and 3 touchdowns, and adding a further 64 yards on the ground. His opposite number on Saturday is Mac Jones, the 15th overall pick in the 2021 draft and the only starting rookie quarterback to reach the playoffs this season. He has been largely efficient and effective, never asked to do too much by Belichick and relying at times on the defense and running game to get the Patriots over the line. A very different model of quarterback to all-action Allen. Recently, however, concerns have emerged over his form. Mike Rice, writing for, suggested this week that Jones may be hitting the rookie wall that can present itself towards the end of a promising freshman year in the NFL. He pointed to the in-season documentary series, which highlighted the Indianapolis Colts' plan to beat New England. Brian Baker, the Colts' defensive line coach, was shown saying, "We really want this guy to be anxious about people in his face. It's to pressure him, to make him hurry up everything. He has to feel this anxiety the entire game. This is the key to eliminating their passing game." It worked, as the Colts won 27-17 at home, and the Bills followed a similar blueprint en route to their success in Foxborough the following week. Jones completed only 14 of 32 passes that day, with no touchdowns and 2 interceptions. The young quarterback was last seen struggling once again in a Patriots defeat by the Miami Dolphins during the final week of the regular season, after which he described his own performance as super embarrassing. So, what hope for the Patriots on Saturday night? Well, they have Belichick, undoubtedly one of the greatest NFL coaches of all time and owner of 8 Super Bowl rings. And then there's the weather. When they beat Buffalo 14-10 in Week 13 of this season, it was a bizarre game. Battering winds blew across western New York and Belichick adapted. Jones threw only 3 passes in the entire match, while the Patriots running backs combined for 38 carries and more than 200 yards. A snowstorm leveled the playing field between Jones and Allen, who completed half of his 30 attempts for a meager 145 yards and a solitary touchdown. The forecast for Saturday night is as low as -15°C. So Mother Nature may have her say in this one too. These teams have met only once in postseason history. It was the 1963 AFL Eastern Division playoff and, on a snowy field in Buffalo, the Patriots ground out a 26-8 victory in sub-zero temperatures. As long as the mercury stays low, hope of a repeat remains intact.